Hey guys, Rowan Talks Football here, back again with another video on the channel, and today it's the video you've all been waiting for. It's me reacting to my 2022-23 League 2 predictions. Obviously now season finished a week ago, just this week, sorry, I'm recording this, so yeah. And yeah, the playoffs are going to get underway soon. Obviously it's like Salford playing Stockport and Bradford and Carlisle. I'm recording this on the Thursday. Before the games on the weekend. I think this is going to go up on the Monday or Tuesday, so I probably would know the first leg results of them. But let's see how I got on. I mean, let's just say I've had a shocker. I've had a few of them on right, but let's see how we get on. So in 24th place and 23rd place, I had to go down this season was Barrow in 24th, and they ended up finishing 9th, and Rochdale in 23rd, and they ended up finishing 24th. The reason I think I put Barrow down so low is I think they had a bit of a poor season last season, and I expected them to get relegated, but I totally underestimated them. Really good side, fair play Barrow. Rochdale, I know had a lot of off-field issues, and that's why I put them so low down, because I just felt they were going to struggle, and I got that totally spot on. Well, not spot on, but I got them finishing in the bottom two, and they did go down. So yeah, they were my bottom two. In 22nd place, it's a bit of a shocker for me, I had Stevenage, and they ended up finishing 2nd. Yep, I know. I thought they were going to struggle, but obviously with the players they had and Steve Evans at the helm, who just plays shithousery football as you'd expect, they done very well, and fair play to Stevenage, you proved me wrong. So yeah, they ended up finishing 2nd. In 21st, I had Harrogate, and they finished, I think, 19th. So I'm a thumbs up for that one. I think I done well there. I thought Harrogate would struggle, but I did feel like they had just enough to stay up in the division. So fair play Harrogate, you've done well, fair enough, well done. And in 20th place, I had the other team I went down, which was Hartlepool, who finished 23rd. I just thought Hartlepool would just have enough to stay up. I think they had a good season last year, but I think they struggled towards the back end of the season. I think they only got 1 point from the last 7 or 8 games. So I probably could have seen that coming. But yeah, Hartlepool finishing 20th. On to 19th to 15th. So in 19th place, I had Grimsby Town. They finished 11th. I totally underestimated Grimsby this season. I thought they would struggle coming back up from the National League. But fair play to them. They did get a mid-table finish and finished the season off very well. I mean, deservedly beat my team on Monday 1-0. Yeah, but Paul Hurst, a good manager there for this level. So he's done well and got the good crop of players and very good team. Fair play Grimsby. You've done very well this season. I totally underestimated you. In 18th place, I had Crewe. They finished 13th. They finished mid-table as well. I thought Crewe would struggle considering they've just come down from League 1. I thought they would have a bit of a rebuild season. But again, another side that finished well this season. Had a good end to the season and done very well. So yeah, fair play Crewe. Good season. In 17th place, I had Newport. I thought Newport would struggle a bit more this season. I know last season they had, because obviously they lost Dominic Telford to Crawley. Yeah. Newport done okay. I think they finished 15th in the end. They struggled a bit, but obviously changed of manager. Got Graham Coughlin in. He sort of guided the club to a mid-table finish. So fair play Newport. And I had them to finish in 17th. In 16th, I had Colchester, and they finished 20th. I thought Colchester would struggle a bit more this season. I know they've had a lot of problems, and I mean, I think they only just survived last season's drop. But fair play, obviously, they started off poorly under, I can't think of the manager was now. It was some Ipswich guy. He left. They got Matt Bloomfield in, who came from Wickham. Done a good job. Left them, obviously, to go to Wickham. Done a good job in this place. And then got Ben Garner in. I think as a good manager for this level, I'm pretty sure he'll sort it out for them in the summer. So yeah, I had them finishing 16th. And in 15th place, I had Tranmere, who finished 12th. I thought they would have a bit of a struggle this season. I know they just missed out on the playoffs last year. I thought Mickey Mellon would have a bit of a struggle this season because I think they lost some players from last season's squad. Yeah, and obviously lost him. Now got Ian Dawes as their manager. I think next season Tranmere may struggle again. I don't know. But yeah, I had them to finish in 15th. In 14th place is my first spot-on prediction of the thing. I put Sutton to finish 14th, and they did finish 14th. I thought they were going to get a bit of a playoff push, but sort of fell away towards the end of the season. But Sutton, fair play. As a Wimbledon fan, obviously a rivalry there. You played us off the park both times and deservedly beat us twice this season. I can't lie there. Very good team, good manager. Although I didn't think they have lost 10 players, released 10 players this week, so they've got a bit of a rebuild to do this summer. Could they struggle next season? I hope not, because I do like our rivalry with Sutton. It's better than, obviously we're going to have one with MK, but Sutton's rivalry is quite good as well. So yeah, put them to finish in 14th. 13th place, and then in the next two, I've had absolute shockers. In 13th place, I put Crawley, and they finished 22nd. I thought, with the signings they made in the summer, I generally thought they were going to finish about mid-table. It hasn't happened. They finished very poorly. They've had about 4 managers. They've had Kevin Betsy, Lewis Young, Matthew Everington, and now they've got Scott Lindsay. If they can get it right in the summer, I think they can rebuild and push up the table a bit more next season. They only just survived, I think, by the skin of their teeth. Yeah. So yeah, I had them to finish in 13th. And in 12th, I had the champions, Leyton Orient. I thought Leyton Orient would struggle again this season. I should have seen it coming, though, because Richie Wellens came in the end of last season, and I think they guided them from 20th to mid-table in the space of like a month or so. So I should have seen it coming, and fair play Leyton Orient, deservedly gone up as champions. Good side. We beat you at home this season, I know, but the way game you beat us, deserved champions of the league. Good luck next season in League One. I hope you could do well next season, because I think you can do well, because I think you've got a decent enough squad to compete at that level. In 11th place, I had one of the playoff sides in Carlisle. I generally thought Carlisle would struggle a bit more, or do better than last season, having obviously Paul Simpson only just kept them up last season in League Two. However, they overestimated, in my opinion, and they definitely got a deserved playoff place. Another good side in this division. And hopefully they can beat Bradford. I don't want Bradford to go up, obviously, but yeah, hopefully they can beat Bradford in the playoffs. You obviously know by the time it's gone out, if they won their first game at Sunday, it would be a tough game, I know, but good luck to Carlisle this season, and hopefully they can get promotion. And in 10th place, I had Doncaster, who finished 18th. I totally underestimated that. I thought Donny would do better than size with the players they had, and they started the season off okay, but obviously once Gareth McSheffrey was sacked, they've had Danny Schofield come in, and they struggled a bit, I think. Like my own side, they sort of tilted off a bit at the end of the season, ended up finishing 18th. Obviously Schofield was sacked this week, and I think Grant McCann, I believe, is the one who's going to be replacing him, who done well at Doncaster when they were in League One. So, yeah. Fair enough, Donny, and yeah, good luck for next season. In 9th place, I had Swindon Town. Swindon finished 10th, so 1 place off there, not too bad. I thought they'd push for the playoffs and just miss out. However, they've had a bit of an up and down season. They had Scott Lindsay as their manager, he was sacked. They just had Jody Morris as their manager, who beat Mighty Wimbledon, and then got sacked. So obviously that wasn't working out. They just appointed Michael Flynn as their manager, headed the last game against Crawley. If he can get a squad together, they could do well next season, in my opinion. Swindon will do well. He's a good manager for this level, and didn't work out for Walsall, but if they can get him on track, who knows what can happen. And in 8th place, another bang-on prediction I thought would just miss out on the playoffs, was Mansfield. Yeah, I thought Mansfield, obviously after last season's playoff final defeat to Port Vale, I thought they would still push again this season. One of the better sides I've seen this season, played us off the park both times when we played them, and deservedly lost to them both times. But yeah, a bit unlucky, they missed out, I think, by 1 goal on the last day of the season. If they got 1 more goal at Colchester, they would have been in the playoffs, and Salford would have missed out. But yeah, let's move on to the top 7. So my top 7, I've had some shockers here. I'm not going to lie, I've had 2 shockers. I've had some shockers, but some of the predictions here are actually key and closely spot on. In 7th place, I actually had Stockport finishing 7th, and they finished 4th. I looked a little bit bad at the start of the season. When you think about where Stockport were at the start of the season, they were miles off it, weren't they? They were pretty poor, but fair enough. If they started the season off well, I think they would have gone up automatically, because they only missed out on the automatic places by about 2 or 3 points. I mean, a draw 1 all with Hartlepool was regardless, because Northampton went up regardlessly anyway. So, obviously, they play Salford this weekend in the playoffs. I would expect them to probably beat them at home. Might be a bit different story away, but at home, I'd expect them to do well. So, yeah. That was my 7th place. In 6th place, I've had a shocker. This is one of the first 2 shockers. I had Gillingham to finish in 6th, and they finished 17th. What can I say? I think Gillingham would have finished 6th had they had the squad they had from January onwards, because at the start of the season they were pretty poor and looked like they were going to get relegated to the National League. Obviously, takeover, new squad, and they've managed to comfortably stay up in the end. So fair play. I think they will be one of the favourites for promotion next season if they can rebuild the squad a bit. Neil Harris, a good manager for this level. Fair enough, they stuck by him. I thought they might have got rid of him at the first half of the season, but fair enough, they're going places. I think Gillingham will do well next season. In 5th place, this is the worst one of the lot. I had my team and we finished 21st. Now, I'll go on the story of our season. We started off poorly, had a good run up to Christmas from October. And I think we were about, at the end of, when we beat Stockport 1-0 at the end of January, we were about 2 points off the playoffs, and the prediction looked okay. But since then, we've won 1 in 19 and just slowing down the table. We need a massive rebuild next season. I might do a separate video on where I think we should rebuild my team personally. I'm going to go through some key transfer stuff. But I totally underestimated League 2. I thought it'd be a walk in the park coming down from League 1. I'm totally wrong. We've got it wrong. We were lucky to stay up in the end. I think if Hartlepool and Rochdale had a bit more of a run in them, we would have gone down to the National League. Johnny Jackson, our manager's got a massive chance of rebuild in summer, and the fans are against him at the moment. I think we need to give him the first 10 games of next season, get the results right, and see where we go. But yeah, I had Wimbledon to finish in 5th. In 4th, I had Salford City, and they finished 7th. So Stockport and Salford, I had the wrong way round. I thought Salford would have a good season this season, and then they missed out on the playoffs. They haven't actually ever got into the League 2 playoffs. I thought this season would be the season they would, purely because they've got a better manager in Neil Wood, and they're definitely one of the best passing sides I've seen this season. Played us off the park at home. I know the home game was a bit of a bad result for us, but that's how it works, I suppose. And yeah, Salford finished 4th. On to the top three this season. I got one of the top 3 spot on, and the other 2 were a bit, let's just say, par. In 3rd place, I had Northampton, and they finished 3rd. So yeah, another bang-on prediction for Rowan. I think that's my 3rd one of the video. I thought Northampton would get over the agony of last season's push when they lost out on the last of the season after Bristol Rovers thumped Scunthorpe 7-0, and they actually won their game at Barrow, but missed out on goal difference, or goal score, I can't remember which one it was, and then lost in the playoffs to Mansfield. I thought this season they would bounce back, and they did bounce back well. They managed to get it done. I thought they were going to muck it up because they lost their last game at home to Bradford, and yeah, obviously they did have to go to Tranmere and won. They went to Tranmere and won. I think they would have lost. I think they would have been regardless, because I think they would have gone up anyway, because Stockport dropped points at home to Hartlepool in the last of the season. So yeah, bang on prediction for Rowan again in 3rd. In 2nd place was a shocker, and I apologise, I had Walsall to finish 2nd, and I ended up finishing 16th. I generally thought Walsall would go up this season when I saw the players they brought in the summer. I thought they were good. They played us, and they started off poorly, went on a good run like ourselves, and then just went poorly as well. So yeah, a very bad guy. I think I overestimated Walsall this season, because I think they thought they were going to do a lot better than they did. And in 1st place, as probably many League 2 predictions were, I had Bradford. I thought Bradford would win the league this season because they had Mark Hughes as their manager, and they bought some decent players. Obviously, they got the top goal scorer in Andy Cook, but they ended up finishing 6th. I think they could have gone up automatically had they not lost their game in hand against Crewe, but that's football. You can't win them all. And yeah, Bradford, they still got a good chance of going up if they could get past Carlisle. I think they would win the playoffs, but Carlisle are no mugs. And yeah, if not, I think they will be one of the favourites to go up again next season. But however, you've got the likes of Wrexham and Notts County possibly coming up. So it's going to be a tougher league again next season, I think. But yeah, anyway, guys, that was my League 2 predictions. There's some shocking there, I know. I will do my reacting to my Premier League predictions. I did do a video for that, but never posted it at the start of the season, because I think it's there. So yeah, I'll do my Premier League predictions, but let me guys know, are your League 2 predictions as bad as mine? I think some of them, mine are shocking. But yeah, thank you all guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment and subscribe to the channel. My name's Rowan, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.